afternoon. This is Mr. Not Advice. Welcome to the second half of 2026. I'm very excited about it. This is my end of the day update, as always. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. All right. So today was supposed to be yay out of the volatility. Well, Meta killed that news this morning, and we've been talking about this. Okay. So Meta stock exploded 10% higher. They opened its best day since January when it announced that it would be selling excess compute from its overpriced collection of data centers, effectively becoming a neo cloud. It also means that it's capitulating on hopes to build a leading frontier model. So they're out of the race. UBS trader Christina Dwyer said that the report shifted the narrative towards greater financial discipline and easing concerns around continuously rising capex. Sound familiar? I think we've been talking about that. Also, it raised questions around the durability of compute and memory bottlenecks. Are they going to last? Probably not. The result was retail darling and momentum names such as SanDisk and Micron got absolutely taken to the woodshed today. Looking at upcoming earnings, UBS says it's really now the question whether in line second quarter and third quarter guidance, alongside reiterated full year capex, is going to be sufficient enough to sustain the current price levels. Echoing this, we had another analyst, BTIG, Jonathan Krinsky, noted that the Bloomberg Mag 7 index versus the semiconductor index, SOX, is having its best day on record, plus 8%, going all the way back to 2015. It is likely, because this is so old, that this has some room to go. Here's where we're not going to be in high beta momentum baskets. Here's again, not very good. In fact, today's Goldman's high beta momentum basket, which is primarily chips and memory, suffered a 9% drawdown. And then worst day since 2020 for the long short high beta momentum basket. Then additionally, SpaceX also got crushed. Why? It's also selling excess compute capacity. That's long term. IGV doing a bounce back, not high beta, right? So that's one sector looking at that would not be high beta momentum that we might be getting a reversal on. Bitcoin today on the back of weakness off of high beta momentum, it was enough to push Bitcoin back above 60,000, its best day in weeks, and bouncing off the 2025 support low. Here's the question. Is this support going to hold, or is this resistance going to hold? Which one? We're going to find out. Here's why we want to stay away from high beta momentum. Performance in July has been abysmal. However, as I've been sharing, the seasonality for July is excellent. And then finally, looking at this is top of the book. Okay. What this shows us is the market is trading more shares in a dramatically shallower pool, meaning that every large order moves the market further. Well, that's good to the top side. However, one large sell order and it could also move it quite strongly to the downside. So market volumes, while explosive, and this is what Goldman's trading desk put out today, market volumes are explosive, but liquidity remains terrible. In fact, liquidity month over month collapsed 33%. We opened a number of trades today. We did scale on BlackBerry for plus 56%. And was that 2 days, 3 days? I will look to close it when I'm only up plus 25%. I did also open a lotto trade today on these Julys. This is day two that we've had it's day two that we've had on these 15 contracts, these 15 Julys, at least a single 4,000 share trade coming in. Yesterday's, they bought it, and then on the bounce today, they sold it right here. They sold. We opened a trade in TE today. So what do I need to stay in this trade? Well, I did close above this. That's great. I didn't trigger any stops, but really I need this to be back above at least yesterday's high, which is 976. Going to be difficult. I do think the overall market sell-off today was at the very end, we saw just sort of traders come in and say, screw it, just sell, let it sell. Same thing with PCT. We did not close below this break level. My stop did not get triggered, but I'm going to need this thing to get back above yesterday's open, okay, in order to stay in it. OSS had a really good day going and faltered late in the day. What do I need to see? Back above yesterday's high. It's going to be consistent. These are all the trades. MP got smoked. We're going to need it back above 56. Can it do that? Sure. Do I think it's going to do that? Probably not. But these things will have to happen at the open tomorrow. Overall, as I said, the memory stocks got hit with IGV. We did talk about it in our meeting. We'll be waiting for this to break here, which is also the 200-day moving average. Take that out and we can get into a trade. So, but that's where one of the areas that I'll be looking to get exposure to. I'm not concerned about the trades we opened today. I'm more looking at, do I think we'll get a rebound tomorrow? The ES, we held positive until about, a half an hour, 45 minutes before the close, and that's when they finally let it completely sell off. But I think that going into the long weekend, volumes were low today. I think like with EOSC volume today, that was actually quite strong until the very end. We were holding up here halfway through the day, only down 16, 17 cents. 16 million shares, light volume today. We're going to see a lot of light volumes here. So, we also opened a NASA trade. Again, holding up nicely until they just decided, let it go. What am I looking for in order to stay in this trade? Yeah, we're going to have to get back above at least $30 to stay in this trade. All right. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the boardroom tomorrow.
They ain't got no muscle, no hustle, no backbone. I stand alone, not tripping, just saying I'm different.